Hi, December 3rd, 2015. It's almost 2 o'clock London time, or almost 9 o'clock New York time. I was just listening to the press conference by the president of the ECB, European Central Bank, Mario Draghi. And uh, it's like listening to former Soviet economic government official. Is just crazy. All their forecasts. 3 years from now. You know, uh, talking about CPI, or they call it HICP, being at zero point 0.1 and increasing to 1.5 next year, and then 1.7 in 2017. Um, it, it's just sad listening to these guys, one man and a group of, other central bankers. Don't know how many there are in the ECB board. They think they can regulate and control every nook and cranny of a 500 million population economy. It's the same thing in the UK with the Bank of England and the Fed in the US. And they all seem to be run by former Goldman Sachs employees. So it just shows that these central banks, they're not there to help the general public. They're just there to keep the markets, souped up for the banks that control, the central banks, the banks that are involved with them. In the U.S., you've got Dudley, who's a former Goldman Sachs economist. He's the head of the New York Fed, the most important arm of the Federal Reserve in the U.S. And we've got Mark Carney, who's a Canadian, former Goldman Sachs, and he's the head of the Bank of England. So, unfortunately, we are under the tyranny of central banking. Not surprising, seeing that David Rockefeller said in his memoirs about 20 years ago. Uh, I quote again: "The supranational sovereignty of an intellectual elite and world bankers is surely preferable to the national autodetermination practiced in past centuries." Well, this power of the elite and the world bankers is, it's totally artificial in terms of, it's all lies. They come out and, you know, Mario Draghi, comes out and says the recovery is going quite well in Europe. He comes out with all these numbers, but on the ground, things are not good in Europe. Greece is still like a basket case. So is Portugal. In Italy, young people, in their 20s, half of them are unemployed almost. The same thing for Spain. It's just crazy. In terms of markets, this morning, stock markets were quite strong. The Dow was up over 150 points. And the ECB did what people were expecting. Uh, they cut the deposit rate from down, negative zero point 0.2 to negative zero point 0.3. The ECB also has decided to extend its QE program to March 2017. They don't even call it QE anymore. They've got another acronym, but basically money. They've decided to keep printing money for, for another year, almost a year and a half. It's just amazing that they can tell they need to do something for such a long-term projection. What else? We've seen, yeah, so the markets basically, stock markets are really strong, waiting the announcement. The euro got down to 105.20, and they pretty much announced what the markets expected. But now, we've had a case of buy the rumor, sell the fact in terms of the stock market, and in terms of the euro currency, we've had sell the rumor, buy the fact. So the euro now is up 2% on the day at 108.20 from a low of 105.20. The Dow is up 24 after being, up 150. The DAX, which is the German stock market index, is down 2.5% at 10,920, or down 265 points. And it was up. Before this decision. We were at 11,320 earlier, so it was up about 70 points. So same thing here, buy the rumor, sell the fact. Now we're waiting for non-farm tomorrow. It just looks like sad to see the markets controlled by bureaucrats. Well, they think they can control it for now, but maybe they've got a shock coming for them. Take care. Goodbye.